Hello, hello, hello. I don't think I've ever done. I don't think I've ever done an album of the year video before, but seeing as it is the 3rd of December 2025, and I very much doubt that in the next few weeks there'll be an album that will surpass this. So I'm going out on a limb to declare my album of the year. I know people are just going, they're losing them. I can imagine people losing their minds over the idea that I should dare to post such a thing. Darren, what is it? What is the album? Well, being me, I'm a little bit left field, aren't I? I'm not like your regular album reviewers in this oeuvre. I come from over there. Way over there. He says, I'm a different class. I'm a different class to those other clowns. That's why I don't get any views, because I'm too damn good. I'm being suppressed. But anyway, my album is, and this was released last month on the 14th of November 2025. I have to say that for the future, just in case people want to know, is this one here. It's Be the Sky by Tenzin Chogyal and Philip Glass. See, look how I do that. Effortless, like I know that it's going to be there. Look at that, look. It's this album. And I heard one of the songs from this album. I think it was called Snowy Mountains. I heard this I think it was in June or July of this year, and I don't know how I came across it. I think it's because maybe it's because I follow Philip Glass on Bandcamp, or maybe it appeared in my recommendations on YouTube Music. But anyway, I was intrigued, and I listened to it, and it's one of the most delightful songs I've heard in a long time, and it moved me. And you know me, I have a heart of flint. You know that. I don't get moved easily. I'm not somebody that dissolves into a bucket of tears at the. Well, I am actually. I am. I get moved very easily these days because I think I'm just getting old and soppy. But I heard this song and it just, I don't know, it resonated with me. Tenzin Chogyal is a Tibetan who's in exile. He lives in, I think he's in Australia now, but I'd come across him previously. He did something with Laurie Anderson a few years back. Something from the Bardo, Tales from the Bardo. I should have got me ducks in a row, and got all this stuff sorted. I'm stream of consciousness. You know what I'm like. Songs from the Bardo. This was, wow, 6 years ago. Fuck, where did those 6 years go? Yeah, there was this album called Songs from the Bardo that was out 6 years ago that he worked with Laurie Anderson and Jesse Paris, I think it was. And it was interesting. It's very Tibetan, obviously, because he is, and I enjoyed it. It's a long album. It's a double, I think, isn't it? But it's a bit, it's a bit out there. I enjoyed it, but it's a little bit, bit advanced user stuff. Songs from Bardo. It's kind of classed as a Laurie Anderson album, but there are other people involved. But anyway, that's how I was familiar with him. But yeah, I heard this track called Snowy Mountains, and it features the Tibetan Children's Village School and the Sculpture Quartet. Sculpture, Fast Show reference. And there's a bit when the children's voices comes in, and I don't know. I could feel the cold mountain sun on my face and the wind whipping around me as the song progressed. It was it got me. I played it a few times, really liked it, and then I realised there was an album coming. And more recently, they put songs out. They don't have single release anymore, but they kind of release bits of songs. The next one along that was I think Karmic Mandela Sorry, Mandala, not Nelson. No, wrong one. Mandala. Oops. And that was interesting too. Now, you're probably wondering, what's he babbling on about? What's he babbling on about? It's one of those kind of crossover albums that reminds me of the kind of thing that Real World used to put out in the 90s. You know, the Michael Brook, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan kind of stuff that I used to get off to, you know, where East meets West. And like I say, you have Tenzin Chogyal doing his Tibetan thing. He plays an instrument called the Drengyal. Drengyal? Is that right? I may have pronounced that wrong. Drengyal? Anyway, he plays a native stringed instrument which has a peculiar, timbre to it. When you hear it, you know it. It's like, I love it. Fantastic. And you've got Philip Glass doing these things. They've known each other for about 20 years, and it is a meeting of minds. The Dalai Lama even turns up, and he puts down this smoking rap. No, he doesn't put down a rap, but he does this spoken word piece, which is all right. But I think they should have done a version where he wasn't doing it. I'd like to have heard a purely instrumental version. I think he kind of gets in the way. There may have been something about this celebrating his birthday. I don't know where I read that. I don't know why I'm thinking of the Dalai Lama's birthday. But it's Tibetan, it's Buddhist. It's that kind of thing. That's your frame of reference. But this album's it's 55 minutes long. Like I say, it's one of those cultural melange of East meets West. And I really liked it, and I really enjoyed listening to it. I've listened to it a few times now, and it made me feel like there was still hope for music, because it made me feel things. It made me feel. So yeah, I do check it out. There isn't a physical release at the moment. Apparently, the compact disc and vinyl versions will be available early 2026. So again, that's why I was a bit reluctant to review this, because I was kind of going to wait for the CD or the LP and hold that up. But here we are. I think I needed to talk about it. I've been sitting on it for a while. I've been sitting on the single for a while because I wanted to talk about that. But I thought, well, who cares? They're not going to want this. Listen to me talking about this airy-fairy Tibetan Buddhist nonsense. They want prog. They want capes. They want, Tolkien references and things. They're not going to be into this. So we come and we present this album this way. I shall put a link to it. I'll put the Bandcamp link to it in the doobie doop in the section below, so you can go and check it out. You can stream it on YouTube Music and all the other streamers, but you can also buy a copy digitally if you so wish, or you might want to hold off for the physical copy. I don't know when it's coming exactly because they're a little bit vague with it, but do give it a listen if you like that kind of world music thing that used to happen in the 90s, 80s and 90s, via Real World. You're going to love this. It's one of those things, and it's music that comes from a good place. It nourishes. Of course, it's not going to be for everyone. I think you've got to again, you've got to like world music, and I like the world music for my sins. But also, I like the Buddhism thing running through it. Again, if I was forced to take on one religion, it'd be Buddhism. Though, giving up the bacon, don't know if I can do that. But I can shave my head. I can shave the head. I can do all that stuff. It's just the bacon. I don't know if I can give up the bacon. Meat, mainly the bacon. But anyway, do give it a check. Check it out, please. For me. Just for me, because I don't know if anyone else on YouTube will be talking about this record. I think I'm probably the only person who's listened to it doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, Be the Sky. The sleeve was designed by Tenzin Rigdal, and it's drawn from his series of works, Biography of a Thought. And like I said, even the Dalai Lama turns up. Dalai Lama turns up to like I say, put down a rap. He does one of his favourite pieces, He basically recites it over the music. It's all right, but I'd like to have heard the instrumental version as well, because, But yeah, it's centered around Tibetan poetry and includes original works and the pre-existing texts by spiritual poet Milarepa, as well as prayers by His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, and honours Tibetan spirituality and reflects on the artist's life in exile. So yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, here you go. I'm just reading the quote here. This is from Tenzin Chogyal himself. He says, "Be the skies my humble offering to honour the Holiness the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday, a tribute to his boundless compassion, wisdom and enduring spirit of the Tibetan people." Don't mention when he kisses the ears of those children, isn't it? Yeah. He's just being friendly. It also celebrates the 88th year of my dear friend and collaborator Philip Glass, whose music and generosity continue to inspire me and others across the world. But yeah, do check it out. Even if you don't listen to Snowy Mountains, it's the first track. Just listen to that. 100 children sing on that from the Tibetan Children's Village School, and it's just, I don't know, I thought it was delightful. So anyway, that is my pick for 2025. Be the Sky by Philip Glass and Tenzin Chogyal, among others. There are lots of different people on it, but too many to mention. They are the key players. Give it a listen. The link is below, and I think it will brighten your day. I really do. That's my pick for 2025. It is truly a wonderful record, and the sort you don't get too often. It's it's one of those things that could slip under the radar. Thank you for watching. Prog on.